Welcome to Project 308. My name is Trottier. Right there is my 1978 Ferrari 308 GTS that I'm restoring for you here on YouTube. Well, I'm restoring it for myself, but I'm recording it and putting it on YouTube. I think this is the ultimate project car. Basically, it was a car destined for the scrapyard or a parts car, and I decided to save it. It has cost me a fortune because there's no such thing as a cheap Ferrari. All right, so this is the pump and bracket that came with the car. As you can see, this is just a bent bracket. I don't even know what this is from, where it's from. I don't know. I've got a K&N universal filter. I've got the pump that's recommended for this car. I've got to make a new bracket for these two to hold on. I'm wondering if I can steal this band from this coil and see if it'll fit that there. Maybe I'll get lucky. So I've mounted the replacement pump in the position that the original one was. I'm going to try and figure out this. Probably want it this way, so I'm probably going to have to make some sort of bracket for here to have that held there. Because that's kind of the wrong way as far as I'm concerned. I'd like that right there. Welcome to Project 308. My name is Trottier. And apparently, I don't have any clean pants. I mean, don't judge the dirty pants, cause clean pants means nothing's getting done. And while I don't get to work on my car nearly enough, when I do, I'm focused on one thing only, and that's getting stuff done. And while this may be super simple at bracket making 101, it just seems like it's never-ending brackets to make. Alright, so my bracket is a little bit long. I don't need all this surplus right here, so I'm gonna cut that down and shorten it a bit to push it that way. Alright, take those off. As you can see, these are all done. I've got to get from there all the way down there. All right, so number 3 fuse here is my fuel pump fuse. That was hooked up to there with nothing on that side. This wire was tucked off to the side there. This wire would be going to what previously was the switch in the driver's seat. So in all their craziness, they put a switch in the driver's seat to disable and enable the fuel pump. So in order for the fuel pump to work, you had to be sitting in the driver's seat. Madness, I know. I'm assuming that's why we had an extra wire here, because somebody was bypassing. So I'm going to put that back onto there. I've just realized now that according to my diagram, these 3 need to be bridged. And when I read the instructions on this, I have to pull this board back real quick and solder something on the back side. But let's get there now. So my issue is I can't get power to my fuel pump circuit. This is the original 1978 board that I took out a couple of years ago and replaced with a plastic retrofit. The instructions say, on the new boards, say to solder something on the back of here, but there's nothing for me to solder on that board, so I'm going to have to create a jumper wire because I need to replicate this. After I do that, then I'm going to move on to installing a relay. I'm a relay guy. I like relays whenever I can put a relay in, especially for a high draw, like a reasonable draw device like a fuel pump. Makes sense to me. This first, relay second. I've got 2 spots, unused spots in the relay box. I'm going to try and put a universal relay right there. Make it kind of slick. A ground point up here. Here. And look down here. I'm going to try and run a wire from All right, so if I'm right, key on, I will have power down there. Yay! Hey friends, how you doing? What are you doing here?
I brought the goods.
You did bring the goods. Man, it's fluid day here at Project 308, and I have brought Franz Walker, Regional Manager for Liqui-Moly. He's about to help me out.
Been waiting to get my grubby hands on your project.
All right, come on.
So excited.
Let's get her done.
So once you go to liquimoly.com, the first thing to check is in the upper right-hand corner here to ensure that you have a Canadian flag or a US flag to ensure you're getting North American product. That's the first thing. Otherwise, you'll see products for other markets that don't apply here. Then we're going to go to vehicle selection. And within vehicle selection, because of the age of this car, we'll put in our brand. Ooh. 308. And there we go. So, engine oil, 10W60, our Racetech GT1. This is our top synthetic product. Now for the transmission, we list a high point gear oil, GL5. Now what's unusual about this particular recommendation is GL stands for gear lube. And the number, the higher the number, the higher the level of compounds in that oil. And typically for a GL5, we need that for high point gear oils where we have an offset from the pinion to the ring, where we have load and we have sliding. So you need a very, very high level of sulfurides compounds. But in a manual gearbox, if they have brass, any kind of yellow metal, it's corrosive to yellow metal. So typically with a manual transmission, we would go with a GL4, possibly even a GL3, which is even lower compounds. But in your case, the recommendation is a GL5. So that's why it's important that we work with the oil guide, that we consult the oil guide so that we know what the recommendation is from Ferrari directly.
So this one here is a GL4/5, so it does the best of both worlds.
It's a GL5, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
That's
and we've gone with a 7590 grade because, first of all, the recommendation here is mineral, and we're going to go with synthetic. And that 75W, that's our low temperature pumpability or mobility. And that's going to give you a little bit better shift under cold conditions because you're going to drive this in the winter, right?
Yeah. All righty. Okay, let's do this. We'll start with a simple one, right? You know, I keep asking myself, when I go to start this thing, you know, what did I forget?
Yes.
You know, because it's been like 5 years now, right?
Yes.
And I'm worried that I'm going to have forgotten something, and kind of thinking that I'm going to have a puddle of oil underneath the car.
Please don't have a puddle of oil.
Yeah, no.
Stuff's expensive.
You know, you're not supposed to say that. It's worth every penny, right?
So it's worth it, but it's a couple pennies.
Yeah, I hear you. Oil number one. Now it's time for oil number two. So I'm filling it in the transfer case bolt, but it's all one unit, so the transaxle and the transfer case share the same pocket of fluid. Mm-hmm. So this will just self-level itself and scoot across. Yeah, we're gonna need a bit more.
Where was it? What shop were you at that I first went to?
No, auto camping.
From camping?
Camping, yes. I've been here all the time.
Well,
when you were doing the oil over at auto camping?
Yeah.
So I'm about that much too low.
And,
I'm assuming it's
probably,
because it was completely dry.
Yeah, because it would have been completely dry. So it's maybe.
I think I need about 200 mil more. I'm gonna buy another liter of it, but I swear to you, I'm probably gonna put 100 cc's in it, and it's gonna start flowing. It's literally right there.
For the drivers.
For the drivers, that's your corporate.
For the driver, that's actually the
this
corporate.
This is definitely going to be a driver.
For the drivers.
It's definitely not going to be a car that sits and doesn't get driven. Once it's running, I got to drive this damn thing into the ground. I think everybody asks me, "Are you going to sell it?" I'm like, no. This is like my dream car, man. Absolutely. Like I want to get this thing on the road and go cruising.
You'll smile every time.
Yes. Thank you, friends.
My pleasure.
Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Liquimoly.com.
Liqui-moly.com.
Is it liqui or
liqui?
So I've been saying it wrong all these years?
It's good enough.
Is that like Porsche?
Yeah.
Is that the same sort of?
Kinda.
Thanks,
Kinda.
buddy.
Good stuff.
All right, we'll see you. Thanks. Thank you for watching my latest installment of Project 308. I so appreciate all the likes, the subscribes, the comments. I appreciate the phone calls and the emails. Who would have thought that my little YouTube channel would have a reach around to the other side of the world? That's truly amazing to me. Anyways, you've been patient. I've been patient. I'm pretty sure my next video is gonna be of the car running. Hopefully I haven't screwed anything up. Hopefully it's gonna start. Hopefully it's not gonna be a long, boring video of me trying to fix things that I effed up earlier. Anyways, wish me luck. Check you soon. Bye.